This farm right behind me is a maximum efficiency iron farm design, capable of producing 3,100 iron ingots per hour with only 8 villager pods. To put this into perspective, most 8 villager pod designs can only produce around about 2,400 iron ingots per hour, showing how truly inefficient these designs on YouTube lately have been. These cells will pretty much always produce an iron golem every time they are scared by the pillager over here, and there is minimal wastage. The reason I've made this farm is just because of the amount of disappointing iron farms that have been on YouTube for the past 2 years. They are incredibly clunky, inefficient, and repetitive. There's almost been no innovation in iron farms for the past 5 years, since Gnembon's incredible iron farm design video. Anyways, if you would like to build this farm, I have a schematic and a world download link in the description, and also comment down below if you would like me to create a block by block tutorial for this design. Also, one more thing I would like to mention, the materials needed for this farm are incredibly easy to get. For example, any of the blocks you see here can just be replaced by any solid block that you have. The only glass blocks you need are pretty much right here. And then you just have to load in all your villages, and I have a special technique to do that which I can show you towards the end of the video. And lastly, you need a pillager, but in 1.21 it is actually incredibly easy to get because there is the ominous bottle now, and you can find this ominous bottle in those pillager towers or even in the trial chambers, which are really easy to find these days. And all you have to do is drink this bottle near a village and it'll spawn in a whole wave of pillagers which are easy to catch. And the only hoppers you need are just in this singular point over here for collection. Anyways, let's talk about the major downfalls of most of the designs on YouTube these days. So if I search up best iron farms in 1.21, you'll begin to see the issue here. The designs are pretty much the same designs and everyone just kind of copies each other. And this would be fine if the designs were good, but these designs are very inefficient and could be way better. So take a look at this very popular design by They6 that was made 2 years ago. This design has a total of 16 villager pods, which equates to about 48 villagers. And it only produces 4,800 iron per hour, where it should be producing around 6,400. So you can see that it's actually incredibly inefficient. And the reason for this inefficiency is that first of all, you can see that these 2 pods on the side are sharing the same spawning platform for iron golems, which is not right because iron golems will interrupt the spawn timer for the other cell, which you cannot be doing. And another thing is that the iron golems take a really long time to get out of the detection range of the villager pods through the slow water streams which take it to the middle. And another popular design is this one over here with the different villager pods in the ground. The problem with this design is that once again all of the iron golems are getting spawned within the same spawning platform, which means that an iron golem that one villager pod spawns will influence the rates of the other villager pods in the area. Alright, so let's talk about the pros and cons of this design. The best part about it is that these spawning platforms are specifically for each pod itself and will not influence the other 3 pods, so they can all spawn at the maximum rates possible. Another thing is that the iron golems have a very short travel time to get into the column which will drop it into the lava, which is very good because it gets the iron golems out of the detection radius of the pod as soon as possible. Another important factor is that this pillager is perfectly timed so that once these 4 pods spawn its iron golems, as soon as they're ready to spawn another iron golem, it arrives just in time, and it is able to spawn everything at maximum efficiency. Now, one downside, of course, is getting this pillager, but as I discussed earlier with the ominous bottle, it's actually really simple to do, and arguably better than going and catching 8 different zombies. Another thing that could be considered a disadvantage is the extra building required for the tubes of the platforms, but in reality that only takes about half an hour to build this farm, so I would argue the building time takes almost the same between this and the conventional one from the past 2 years. And even though the efficiency of this farm means that less villagers have to be gotten, it might look a little bit tricky to get all these villagers into their specific locations. But luckily I have an easy solution for that. So all you have to do is set up a little contraption like this above every villager pod. And what will happen is that when you send a villager along your rails, as you usually would anyways when setting up these things, he will get automatically ejected there and dropped into the cell in the perfect position. So all you really need is a piece of string, an observer, and a sticky piston, and an activator rail, of course. And when all your 3 villagers are in the system, all you have to do is disable the activator rail that you're working with, or you can take apart the system and use it for the next cell. And all you have to do is build this little part for every single cell, and then yeah, it should be really easy to just transport the villagers straight from your village breeder into your iron farm. So yeah, I'll quickly show you how to build it again. All you will do is remove the slab on top, and you'll place a sticky piston over here with a block here. You'll place some string over here and an observer facing into it like this. And then you will just cover it up on all sides, 2 blocks high. And importantly, you need 3 top slabs just like this, so that the villager does not get spawned on top of the rails over here and will spawn right in this block. Alright, so the tool I used which made this farm possible was of course the carpet mod made by the man himself, Gnembon. So all I have to do is trigger the AI tracking command for iron golem spawning, and now you can see all these boxes around me. And what these mean is that this white box is for iron golem detection, and what this box means is that if there is an iron golem within one of these boxes that surrounds a villager pod, another iron golem cannot spawn because it already knows that there is one there. And secondly, there is this green box, and this green box is the spawning radius where iron golems can spawn in the farm. So the implications of these boxes is that, for example, if we are looking at this villager pod over here, all the other spawning platforms have to be outside this villager pod's golem detection box, because if it was inside it, when the other pods spawned an iron golem, occasionally this pod would detect it and would throw off the rates at which the golems could spawn, because as you can see, there is a golem timer here, and if the golem timer is red, it means it has detected a golem and it cannot spawn another one. So that is why you will see that all of these spawning platforms kind of align with the bounding boxes made by the other villager pods. Secondly, you will see that the outside of these spawning layers correspond with the golem spawning boxes, so that it allows a golem to spawn within the box. And these 2 boxes have helped me construct the perfect layout for the spawning platforms for the entire farm. And for some of you who watched Gnembon's original iron farm video, you will see that these spawning layers are very similar to his original ones. Of course, he created carpet mod, so he also knew these specific techniques which helped him design the farm that he wanted. And one more important thing, the iron golems all have to be shifted outside of this golem detection box for new iron golems to spawn, which is why this killing chamber is slightly below the bottom of these golem detection boxes. And the last important thing I had to do was configure the delay for this pillager over here, because as you can see, there is a timer since each villager pod has last seen an iron golem. So yes, with all these techniques that I've mentioned, I was successfully able to create an almost maximum efficiency iron farm design. So yeah, once again, if you guys would like to build this farm, the schematic and the world download are in the description. It should be a pretty simple build, it's just the villager collection that is usually the longest part. And also comment down below if you would like to see a block by block tutorial for this farm. And also don't forget to like and subscribe and share this design if you feel that iron farms these days have also been a little bit lackluster. But yeah, thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you have fun building this farm. And yeah, I will see you guys in the next video.